Edians, and welcome back to God Ed. I hope that you've all had a wonderful, wonderful week. Let's start with they're back and they're ready and they're healthy and they're all good. People of the velds.
The Israelites were excited. At long last they had reached the end of the desert and arrived at a place called Kadesh. This was the end of their long journey. "Look there," someone shouted. "Over the river lies the land God promised." God told Moses, "Choose 12 men to go and explore the land of Canaan. Pick one man from each of the tribes of Israel." So Moses carefully chose 12 men who were brave, strong, and skilled. They needed to be very capable men, for this was a dangerous mission. Then Moses gave them instructions. "Go check out the land," he said, "and see if the people are weak or strong, few or many. Find out about the cities, whether they are well defended." Moses even asked the men to bring back some fruit for them to taste. You can imagine how hungry everyone was for fresh fruit. The people watched as the chosen men walked away. They knew it would be a long time before they would be back. Every day they watched, and every night they wondered when the men would return. After weeks of waiting, they spotted the 12 spies coming back from the camp. "They're here!" the people shouted. They all crowded around, asking excitedly what Canaan was like. "It's a very rich land," they answered. "Just look at the fruit we've brought back." They pointed to a huge bunch of grapes so large and heavy they had to carry it between them, tied to a pole. Then their voices saddened. "The land is full of fierce warriors. They live in great cities surrounded by tall, thick walls. What's more, there are people the size of giants. We looked like grasshoppers beside them." "Giants!" they exclaimed. Now everybody was frightened. But Caleb and Joshua, 2 of the spies, tried to reassure them. "Listen," they said, "with God on our side, we can fight and win." "We can never win a battle against those giants," the other spies said. The people listened to the 10 spies and paid no attention to Caleb and Joshua. "It's no use. We had better give up," they cried. All night long they moaned and complained. "It would be better to have died in Egypt. Why did God bring us here to die in battle?" they wailed. Some said, "Let's choose another leader, someone who will take us back to Egypt." Caleb and Joshua tried to reason with them. "It's a wonderful country," they said. "God is with us. He will bring us safely into this land. Don't be afraid. We can easily conquer it." But the Israelites wouldn't listen. They became so angry they stood down and picked up rocks to throw at Caleb and Joshua. God could not let the dispute go on any longer. At once, the shining light of his presence appeared at the tabernacle. God spoke to Moses. "No one of these people who were in Egypt shall reach the promised land, since they refused to trust me. They must go back into the desert, but I will lead their children into the land. Only Caleb and Joshua will go with them." God told Moses that the people would have to spend 1 year in the wilderness for each day the spies had spent in the land of Canaan. So for 40 years long, the Israelites wandered in the dry, dusty desert. Let's trust God like Caleb and Joshua. When we think about all that God has done for us in the past, we will not be afraid of the future.
So, what did you think of that story? I know that it brought up stuff within me. You see, in the story, we see Moses sending 12 men off into this land to see if they could live in this land. And these 12 men come back and they go, this is great land. It's awesome. We have food and water and security, and it's wonderful soil that we can grow stuff in and we can do things. However, there's a slight problem. I was like, "What's the problem?" He's like, "Well, they've got these people in this land that are like giants. They're huge, they're big, they're tall. We look like little midgets next to them. can't go and live there. And there were 2 men that had gone. They come back and go, no, I think we can. I think we have all this wonderful stuff that's happening here. And despite these big men, we could live here. And it got me thinking, as often these stories do, is there anything you're scared to do? Is there anything that you are afraid to try because it looks too big or too daunting? Is there anything in that space that you kind of go, not going to happen because, well, actually, I'm too scared to try? There are all these things that go, this is not a good idea. Or maybe one thing that's saying this is not a good idea, but lots of other things are saying this is a great idea. Because I know from my own life, it happens all the time. I often have conversations with my friends and I'm like, oh, well, if I'm going to do this, this means X, Y, and Z, and I can't do that. And then what if I get it wrong? Or I may fail. Or this may not look as good as I hoped it would look. And sometimes they bring up sad things as well in my life. Like, I don't want to do that because it was something that's going to make me sad and want to cry. And it takes being brave to do it, to step forward, to say, okay, despite how this makes me feel, despite being scared or sad or angry, I'm going to do it. Despite all of that. You see, here's the thing, and this is a lesson that you need to learn from a young age. Being brave doesn't mean that being scared goes away. It doesn't mean that you will not feel anxious or scared or afraid. It means bravery is when you do it, even though you feel those things. And it's a lesson that I still have to practice every day. There are days where I'm scared to get up and do things that I know bring me joy and happiness because I'm scared I'm going to get them wrong. When we started doing these videos, do you know how scared I was? I was super scared. I was like, well, what if they're bad? And everybody's going to see this and they're going to be like, oh, and then she's not as good as she should be at her job. I remember feeling that way. I remember feeling I'm going to put these videos out for everybody to see and they might think I'm crazy. No, I am a bit loony in the head, but that's okay. And I did some things in those videos where I made a fool out of myself. And you loved them. And sometimes that fear that I have, or we all have, we need to kind of try and push through it and go, okay, I'm going to try it. Now, I'm not saying you need to be unsafe. Like at this current time that we're sitting in now with the pandemic. I'm not saying I'm going to be brave and I'm going to walk outside without my mask on. No. That's not being brave. That's being silly. We're not silly people, are we? But it might be something like, I've never tried to draw before and I'm going to try and draw. Even if it looks terrible, I'm going to do it. Or I may never have tried to a new sport. I may be bad at it, but at least I'm trying it. Or I've never tried to speak to a certain person that I actually wanted to get to know because they seem pretty cool, but I'm scared they're going to reject me. There are all these things that we are so afraid to do. And we may have reason to think that we shouldn't do them because in the past it hasn't worked out, but it's something that we desire, that we really, really want. Something that we know that we're supposed to do. And sometimes we just have to be like those 2 men and say, no, we can do this. And we can step forward and we can get it done. It's so important to work through the scared and trust in God that this is the right move. Especially if we spend time praying and thinking this is where we're supposed to be going. And we have to trust God with that. So, because today is another nice day and I have some friends helping me today, we are going to do a craft and there is an activity. And there are 2 people that some of you probably haven't seen for a long time in these videos. So I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that you have fun.
Morning everyone. It's really exciting to be chatting to you this morning. It's been ages since I've seen a lot of you. This morning Yvette's been talking to you about bravery and trusting in God even when things are really, really hard. So we're going to be making a bravery badge this morning. Really not complicated, just a bit of fun, and I really hope you will enjoy making it with me. So this morning we have chosen to make a bravery badge because things are just a little scary right now for all of us and we all deserve a bravery badge. It is something really simple to make. We need some thicker paper. It can be some thicker cardboard if you have some, or the back of a cereal box, or even the back of a sticker book like this you can use for your first circle. And what you're going to do is you're going to get 3 different size circles. I cut mine out a little bit earlier to make it a bit simpler. So I traced around this. I just put it down on the cardboard and I traced around it with a pencil. And then I cut it out. If you don't have lots of different pieces of paper, you could just layer the circles one on top of each other. Like that, so that you have space to write. That is how it looks if you just drew 3 circles together. Otherwise, if you had some different papers, you could cut out the thicker one for the back and then put a smaller one on top. And this last one, I actually used a piece of post-it note. So any type of paper that you want. And then if you have some glue, you can just glue them together quickly. Otherwise, maybe if you have a stapler, or even maybe a paper clip just to hold it together while you're working. And then the second part that we're going to add to it is if you have a piece of ribbon, you could loop it around and stick that on the back. Otherwise, if you don't have any ribbon, I just made 2 ribbons with my ruler. I just laid it down and made 2 straight pieces. Like that. And I made a little triangle at the bottom to make the bottom of what would be the ribbon. If you can see it there. And I also cut those out a bit earlier, like that, and we're just going to staple them on to the back. And that is how my bravery badge looks. Just quickly staple them on so we can hold it together. Take away the paper clip. So that is the base of our bravery badge. And now it's really up to you what you want to write on your badge. You can write, I am brave, I can be brave, I will be brave, or I've got this. Anything that makes sense to you and makes you feel positive about the things that we need to do each day. And then you can use, honestly, any pencil or crayon or stickers. If you maybe had some stickers at home with some stars or anything that you loved because this is your badge, you can stick it on. I've got some stars over here. But however you want to make your badge, and then I'm going to write on mine, I am brave, because every day I get up and I start my day and I do the best I am. So for me, that's what I want to write. You can ask mom and dad to write it for you if you can't, or an older brother or sister, anyone who can help you out if you're not sure how to write it yourself. Otherwise, that's how you spell brave, B-R-A-V-E. I hope you had a good time this morning making this with us, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, so we're going to do a fun activity now, but before I can do the fun activity, I can't do it by myself because I'm one person, and yeah, that's not going to work. So it's much excitement that I get to introduce my friend who's coming to help me today. So you all know him as the fun guy that dances with you on a Sunday morning. Please can I introduce Yanni? Woo!
Hi guys!
Are you ready to play a game?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
I'm ready.
I'm going to do this?
We're doing it.
We're doing this.
We're doing this.
Okay, it's not dancing today, but it could be quite fun.
It will be fun.
Okay, alright, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Cool. Okay guys, so the game we're going to be playing is called Captain. Okay? So Captain needs 2 or more people to play. So one person is going to be doing the calling, and the other or others that are going to be doing the actions. So I'm going to be doing the actions, and Yvette is going to be doing the calling. Yes.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready? Hope you guys are ready. Okay.
First one, man overboard.
Drop down and do a plank.
Come on up. Okay. Captain's coming.
Stand and salute.
Starboard.
Run to your right.
Port.
Run to your left.
Okay. Scrub the deck.
Drop down and scrub the deck.
Cool. Now that's the game.
And that's the game. Okay.
We're going to try it again.
Yes.
Right, so scrub the deck.
Drop and scrub the deck.
Man overboard.
Drop and do a plank.
Captain's coming.
Stand and salute.
Port.
Run to your
No, it's
left.
starboard.
Run to your right.
Captain's coming.
Stand and salute.
Welcome back. I hope that you enjoyed those activities. I hope that you had fun and you got to do some lovely crafts and you played the games with your siblings or your cousins, whoever you're living with, and that you enjoyed it and you were happy to see those people. Thank you very much to Marcella and to Yoli who helped out with today's video. Makes me happy when everybody gets together and becomes a good team. It's awesome. So with that, let us do the blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may the Lord give you his peace. Amen. Love you all. Please stay safe. Sanitize. Wear your masks if you're going out. I know that online schooling isn't that great right now for those of you that are doing that. Know that I am with you in spirit and in prayer. And you'll see us all next week. Bye.